Hello, folks. Kwame here, and this might be the first part of a mini series or something that's going to be I guess, what I would kind of call Squarespace theory or understanding Squarespace better so that you can just build better. We're going to start with the 3 or 3.5 ways we can look at uploading files to your Squarespace site. So that's going to be the focus. They are what I would call the assets, the file upload, the custom files, and then eventually audio blocks. I haven't used audio blocks in a while, so I might have to refresh myself on storage for that. But here goes. So I've got the documentation up here. So there are 4 help articles that you can refer to, but maybe a video is better. We're starting with the asset method. So this is the article managing and reusing images and videos. This is probably what you can find most useful. Essentially, the asset method is when you upload things via your blocks, your sections, or here in websites, I can go through to the asset library here. This is where they're stored. Personally, I really like to go in via the assets library and then worry about things in blocks because I could say, let's say I have branding as a folder here, and then maybe I have another one for, let's say, we're using the close template at the minute. So, perfect, yeah, this has a team page on it, and it's got some images of my team members that I'll demo switching out in a second. So maybe I also want to have a folder that's team page. So there's multiple ways of going about this. My personal recommendation is you select your folder, you create the folders in advance, so we put some planning, we put some structure. I'm uploading to the team page, so let's double click that. Let's upload a file. Let's see if I have some stock images or something that I can pull through. Bear with me for just a moment. I'm scrolling through what I've got. There we go. I have a stock image of a barista that you should see in a moment. Forgive me if my connection is a little bit slow today. There we go. It would have been probably better practice to rename this earlier, but it's all good. If I go back to my website, and if I decide to edit this page, and swap out high here, I can give a double click. I can select the place, or I can just delete it first and add an image. Select the library, go into my team folder, and select this image. Also, the other reason why I like to rename, if I had put that team member's name as the file name, James or something, I could type in James and search for it here. Obviously, it's not because they kept the pixels, I think it was I used. File name, so there we go. Select my image, add it in, continue on as usual. That's swap the image. The other approach we have here is by going in via the block. So, for example, we have an image block. This also would work if I edit section, go to the background, and add an image here. Basically, anywhere where you see this add an image, add a video, etc., and it comes with this little pop-up with upload file, select from library. This is going into your assets folder. So let's upload a new file here. Or in fact, let's do stock images. Let's browse stock image. Happy person. See if it comes up with something. Perfect. We'll go with this person here. Add the image. Give it a second to load. Just as a note, once you can see it in here, you can actually pop out. It's still uploading. Oops, I did a little bit of background. That was foolish. So let's remove that from the background and let's remember to do it by the image block just so that it's a little bit nicer. Select the library. Now notice here, it's not in the team page folder, it's here in files. The really fantastic thing about the assets folder is it saves you re-uploading the same image dozens and dozens and dozens of times. And even if I add this here, where it's not in the correct team folder, I'll go to the next step in a moment. Save my page. When I exit, that image should be switched in. Yeah. A few seconds time saver. If I go to assets now, I can click this little box here to check it. I can click move to and pop it into the team page. It's not going to break any links. It's going to keep things neat and organized. so that when it comes to um, arranging things on my side and moving things around, it's going to be just faster and I'm not going to have duplicates. You can see the details of the file here and I can rename it. So I could rename this as James, and maybe I also rename this one as Jenny. Sure, let's go with that. That means anywhere where we're seeing these folders, anywhere where we're seeing the asset uploader, we can search and they'll come up. Or maybe I'm searching all my team members and it gives me the team page, the folder I created, and all the images named that way. So rename the files, use folders for organize, use this for videos, use this for images. The folders I suggest always having is like a branding folder, and you can put all your logos and things in there, and then either you can organize by page, you can organize if you have, for example, I have lots of clients where they might have different professional photo shoots but done either in different locations or by different photographers or for different occasions, and group by what's going to make sense for you. As I said, like the last client I've been working with, they retreats. They have a bunch of retreats in the same location, but they have so maybe we have a retreats folder, and then within the retreats folder we add another folder and we have retreat 1, add another folder, retreat 2, etc. Or maybe we have photographer, retreat 1, and photographer 2, retreat 1, etc. However you want to organize it. Don't forget you can expand here, so you can use this to make things easier to navigate. And obviously you can move things, move folders within your assets. This is probably the main file upload that you are going to be dealing with your website, especially if you're not a designer, developer, etc. Also things uploaded like to products will appear here. So if, for example, I don't think there's a product page in this template. No, there's not. But there is for blogs. So let's do that actually. If we go here, settings, and remove this image, search for an image, stop image, let's look for morning. There you go. This post is about morning routines. I'm going to add this image. Just load. There we go. Save view. If we go back to our asset library here, it's here. So maybe in this instance, now you notice it's gone straight just to the general asset library, it's not sorted. So maybe I want to do blog posts as a folder. I want to move this to blog posts. And then in my blog posts, I want to move this. So I want to rename this to morning routine blog thumbnail. Something like that. As a note, just in the further one on organization, you might want to number these, or you might want to go back to the files for my whole asset library. Now, me, I like branding from the first one, so what I would tend to do is maybe put 0 branding and change this to name A to Z, and then use numbers, whatever, to organize however you want it to look. That pretty much covers everything for asset library. Same with photos and videos for courses and products and things. They'll be added if you add them via like the block or the product editor or whatever. They'll come here through the general all files section, and then you can organize them afterwards. So if you're a designer or managing a site for a client and you're finding they're uploading files and it's all unsorted, this is where you come to sort. Yeah, full details, as I said, in the Squarespace document. So the documentation, there's a lot of good stuff here. I'm not going to go through it all completely. Yeah, it has some nice things about downloading use, about the licensing, etc. Yeah, you can't download or upload videos, unfortunately, but who knows, hopefully that will come in the future. The next bit is the CSS editor. So they do have a video, but I'm just going to show you very quickly. But we're going to start with separate file types. So you can upload images and you can upload fonts, basically. If you go to your site, we're going to go to, sorry, I'm so used to using the shortcut here, where it is. One moment. So then website tools, which is in website, there you go. Sorry, I'm used to the old layout. So website, what styles is it? I've forgotten my website tools. You'll have to forgive me. My quick way of doing things is to go to the to press the sorry to either go to search here or to press this slash key here and just type in CSS. I'm so used to doing it. That's my approach. It's faster. You can just check where exactly it is in the dashboard if you want to go and click through it. Regardless, we're in custom CSS. Here you have custom files. I have none. Let's say I want to upload an image here. I'll just find a stock image from my desktop. Bear with me for a second. Yeah, still those pixels ones. And there it is. What this is good for, custom files. I click that, and you'll see it's got the URL there. And where this might come in, say for example, let's just select that button up there, the Get Started button. I am going to very, very quickly show you. I actually select for it. If, for example, we wanted to have a background image for a button, this would allow me to show it better. There you go. You can see the images there. So custom files you add here is basically for adding custom fonts, and if you want to use images, etc., within your CSS. Basically, because I'll show you very quickly. Let's get the URL for this image for a moment. So the URL for images and blocks and things from this folder, apart from being very, 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 very long, is it uses a CDN, and I think basically these URLs are more likely to break within CSS. So that's from my experience. So second method, custom CSS. Now, for example, you might want to have within your CSS, you might want to have like an SVG image, or pretty much for any other file types, things like scripts. File types here. We have the file uploader option. So you can do zips, you can do PDFs, you can do docx. You can also do your JavaScript files or CSS files. So if you're loading them, this is for most people, this is going to be more advanced. But I'll give you a quick overview. So here, let's just say I wanted to I want to have a SVG image or something like that instead of a sorry for my site title. Normally you can't upload that. If we go to, let's go back, I'll show you the main way I do this. If we go from your home to pages, and then you go to not linked, you create a link, you name it whatever you want. I normally name it upload, and then here select URL, file, and then you can upload whatever your file is. So let's just say I'm going to grab one of the plugins I've made. Table of contents drop down. So that's the JavaScript file for it. You can do that. I then tend to just switch back to URL and change it to a hash and save. The reason for that being one, this is in not linked, so nobody's clicking it, no URL for it, it's just a link. But two, I think if you try and it's empty, it won't let you save. Yeah, exactly. And I don't like having this linked to a random file if I'm doing a lot of file uploads. Totally optional. You could completely leave it as a link to that file, but I just don't see the point. Also, side note, I just remembered here, this is where custom CSS is now at the bottom of your pages. Anyway, that file. So I've used this to upload. Maybe I want to upload another file. I go back in, select file again. Let's do a different bit of file. Let's do what do we do? Footnotes. Plug in the JavaScript for that. And then I'm going to just for my own sake switch it back to I've uploaded my file there. This is useful for if I want to go to. Sorry, I'm going to show you. I want the shortcut way. I want to go back to home. I want to go to pages again, but this time website tools, code injection. Maybe I'm installing a plugin that requires a external script or some external CSS, etc. Maybe I just want like jQuery or something like that, and then I could use scripts srt equals quotation marks. If it's on your own site, so for example that table of contents plugin, we do /f/, and then you do the file name. So I'm just going to plugin name.js. Both my script types. I would also advise if you're doing, this comes more into the custom code side of things, but triangle brackets, exclamation, dash, 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 name, or code, dash, 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 close those brackets. So for example, this I might use to just annotate that this is my SquareSkills new plugin, because if you have lots of code and it starts looking like this, it's a lot easier to see, okay, that's a new plugin, this one might be jQuery, this might be table of contents, etc., etc. Again, this is just for organization. But the purpose of uploading via the file upload is just for those other file types. Maybe I have a SVG I want to upload to swap out for the logo so that when we're changing the background color, it will automatically match the text color. That's a common usage. SVGs, as I said, for like various icons on the site to scale a lot better than raster images, JPEGs, PNGs, etc. I'm trying to think if there are any other real reasons. Oh yeah, of course. File uploads for zips, PDFs, and things that you want people to be able to download. You would use this file uploader. So, for example, I'll just show you the other method. I don't need to leave here. I can just edit my page. So here's a blog post, and maybe at the bottom here is a free PDF of my YouTube download. Then maybe I decide to add a button and go and attach the link file, and then I would upload my zip here. Let's say I know this is a JavaScript file, but let's pretend that that's my zip. If I added that there, because it's attached to a button, when someone clicks it, it'll load that file. You can see it shows you the URL there. Or you could equally do the same thing and select some text. Again, file, select if you've already uploaded it, or upload a new one, and we're good to go. And again, click it, it'll download the file or whatever. That's more for sort of PDFs and zips. But as I say, if you look at the uploaded files here, this is where you will find all of them. So those are like the three main ways you're going to upload files. One other is audio blocks. And I must admit, it's been a while since I've used these. So I think, yeah, forgive me for a moment here. I think it just stores these separately. I don't even have any MP3s available. Just find one. Sorry about this. So if I upload an MP3 file, give it a second. Let's see what it comes up with. It might even fill in some details. There you go. Um, yeah. Let's quickly double check. I think it shows up here. So it won't show compile upload. Yeah. I will have to check documentation, but I can't actually remember if it stores them anywhere other than just in that individual upload. That's why I kind of mentioned it um, as a function, so to speak. Because if I delete this now, yeah, it's not going to let me. It's not stored it anywhere on the site. So there you go. Those are kind of the three main types: audio via audio blocks, uh, files, downloads, and as well as scripts, basically are via file uploader. So that was either text links, buttons, or my preferred here, just creating a upload link that you use, and you always just go through it, just purely out of convenience. Via the custom CSS. So again, website tools, custom CSS, custom files, and again, this is images or fonts. And then finally, for most of your media, your video and your images, it's going to be via the asset section. And realistically, 99% of the time, unless you're doing a lot of code-based customization, or I guess if you have like lots of digital assets, like PDFs and things, this asset library is going to be the most useful one, the one that you make use of the most. Hope this was helpful. And yeah, any questions, feel free to put them in the video comments. If it's helpful for you,